guys, this is Sarah, and today I wanted to film a video that stemmed from something that my sister asked me about the other day. She basically asked me, Sarah, do you ever feel like you can't find someone because you're black? And she was talking about her too, like asking, because we're black, do you think that it plays a role into the fact that we might have the more difficult time finding someone? And she's like talking about her experience in high school and all that stuff, and I was like, yes, like with no hesitation, I just said yes, I think it plays a role in it. And that wasn't always my point of view on the subject, because I thought that it was basically me. I thought that it was because I was ugly, that there was something wrong with me specifically. But over the years, my perspective on the issue has grown a lot, and I'm going to share that with you. But before, I just want to give you a little like background story about how basically my confidence was shattered because of people's comments about me. So when I was in elementary school or in high school, there were a lot of comments that were directed towards me and that I didn't understand as being part of some wider issue. But when I was little, it was more like, oh, your mouth looks like a vacuum cleaner suction mouth, or whatever you call the thing at the end of the vacuum cleaner that sucks things in, because I had a big mouth and big lips, and people, a little girl would have told me that, and I came home crying, and my mom told me that, just tell her that, well, it's better than to have no lips. But even though I could come up with a comeback for that girl, that still hurt a lot. And in high school, and that was in high school more. It happened a lot in high school, but it did happen after high school also. So people, I remember getting words like being called gorilla, monkey, all that stuff. And the fact that I'm able to share this today is incredible, because for a very, very, very long time, until very recently, I couldn't even pronounce the word out loud, even if it had nothing to do with insulting someone. Even if it was just like when you're watching a show about animals and there's like a monkey or a gorilla, I couldn't tell, say the word. Or even when I heard it, I was triggered by it, because it had such emotional connotation to me, like a bad emotional connotation, because people would make fun of me at that, and that it wasn't even just like people that didn't like me, but close friends told me that, behind my back or in my face, and they thought it was funny, and I was that completely shattered me. And that happened so many times that I ended up interiorizing the fact that oh well, I'm so ugly that people will call me that, and they think that I look like a monkey or whatever. And the whole point is not to be like, oh, do I look like a monkey or not? At this point, it really doesn't matter, because my life doesn't revolve around that. I'm not here to please anyone physically. That's not the point of my life here. So I mean, I've grown past that. So before I was like, oh my god, this because I'm so ugly, and I was so terrified of people insulting me on that, on my face, on my facial features, and on my body, because I was also called fat, but that's another issue, that I wouldn't want to go out. I was so scared and so terrified and my confidence was minus 1,000. There was no confidence there. I was really shattered, and I felt worthless. So over the years, getting support from my mother and just building confidence, I realized that. And also, I realized by, seeing things happen in the media, that it wasn't just something that had happened to me. And talking with my friends also, I realized that I was not the only black person that had been called monkey face or whatever, gorilla. It happened to a lot of black people, black women, and basically it made me realize that black women and black people in general, but I'm going to concentrate on black women, were not made to be attractive in the media and by the beauty standards in society, in North American societies and even in other societies, but I'm going to focus on what I know. You know, when you see black women in the media, they choose a certain type of black woman that, you know, kind of looks mixed or has a more doll-like face. And, you know, it's just very recently that you'll see a little more variety in the black actors or blacks, you know, even singers sometimes that, you know, get popularity and all that stuff, because with over the years it's just been drilled into, well, white people have drilled into our heads that we're so unattractive, and they haven't made a place for us to be able to see ourselves and recognize ourselves as beautiful, because we're not shown as that in the media or in everyday life. It's just like there are some stereotypes that are stuck to us that have nothing to do, like none of that has to do with us being beautiful. And also, the thing that hurts even more is that the features that we have that are natural to us are like praised when they are on white women or, you know, other ethnic groups. Like a white woman with big lips and now big booty is like super praised, and, you know, she's called beautiful and all that stuff. But, you know, those are things that we have more commonly than white people, and, you know, it's never like praised or like complimented that much. But when it's on another person, and people now are getting lip injections and booty injections even, and people are working out to get a bigger booty, and you're just like, well, why even my features on other people are beautiful, but my features on myself, my natural features, aren't even recognized as beautiful, and that really hurts. And, you know, I was talking about that with my sister and explaining her that, and we were just like, she already knew that, but it's just like, it's something that is so much more than it goes beyond me individually, or beyond every single individual. It's like a systemic thing. It's something that, you know, a structural organization of, you know, social standards that makes it that creates oppression towards towards us, and makes us feel like we're worthless and we're not beautiful, and, you know, we don't, you know, it goes as far as we're so not beautiful that we have to be made fun of as being compared to animals. Like the inherently being called a monkey or gorilla or whatever they call us is not bad. I mean, you know, like, they're animals and they're not, you know, I don't see a monkey or gorilla and be like, ew, this is disgusting. But what hides behind those words is they're trying to make us feel so inferior. They want to, like, we're so inferior, we're so not like them, that we're like not even the same species. It's like you're animal-like, you are not even evolved enough to be a human. That is basically what those words, when they're thrown at us, mean. And so it's when you've, like in my case, when you've been repeated that, told that so many times, you know, especially when you're growing up. And there wasn't any, like, my sister, she has that luck that she has lots of black friends in high school and all that stuff. But me, in elementary school and high school, like, I had no black friends. Like, I was one of the only black people in the school, well, in my year. And so, you know, I didn't even have people of my age to look at and be like, oh, well, that girl is beautiful too, so, you know, maybe that means that I can be beautiful too. No, it was just like, well, I am different from everyone else around me, and that made me feel like shit. It made me feel like shit about, you know, my facial features, about my hair. Even like the hair issue is it could be a whole other video. But, you know, I would like harass my mom so that she would straighten my hair and put products in it so that I would be straight like the white girls. And eventually she did that, and this is something that I regret, because I had beautiful hair, and it's grown back to its natural texture, not exactly, but it's more of it to it's more to its natural texture. And it's still work now today to just accept it as is. So this is why I'm trying to just stay natural right now, just to be able to accept it and be confident in it, because I don't want beauty standards that aren't diverse at all to define who I am. I want to be able to love myself, even if that means that I don't attract anyone, because I decide to be like au naturel and do whatever I want. I don't care. This is for me. This is for my confidence. And I just decided at some point that I'm not going to keep on living my life trying to fit into a mold. And if people try to insult me, well, whatever. I've heard it like 10,000 times. So, just come at me, bro. I don't care. Yeah, but I do care, because the thing is that, when someone, like my sister is 16, and when she comes up to me and, she's talking about her insecurities about that, it's sad. I wish that that things would change on the more macro level, that we start really showing diversity in media and social media and everywhere, so that people can feel like they have someone that they can look up to, that they can see this girl and be like, oh, she's beautiful, oh, she looks like me, so that means that I might be attractive to her, things like that. So yeah, that was basically the message of this video. This is very, I was really scared filming it, but now that it's done, I did it, and I'm really happy I'm sharing about this with the world, basically. No matter how many views this gets, I just wanted to put it out there and get a conversation going. So if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, please share. This is a video that's important to me, so if you if you enjoyed it, please share it so that young girls, black women can see this video and maybe get something good out of it. And so subscribe to my channel, check the links down in the description box for my Facebook group and my Instagram and all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep confident, keep being awkward, just be you. Don't worry about what people think about you. Well, just a little, but do whatever makes you happy. Just be you. I love you guys. Bye.